Our story last ended with Son Goku and Vegeta actually teaming up. Well, when we last ended, Vegeta was causing a lot of issues among the Frieza Force, killing Dodoria and even Zarbon. This got Frieza's attention, and Frieza would then send the Ginyu Force after Vegeta. Vegeta, having no other option, would flee back to Earth, knowing that Kakarot was there, as that is his best option to survive. Once when he does arrive, they do arrive on Kami's lookout, and they do discuss that they only have a day to train, and if they are as strong as the Ginyu Force says they are, then they need to train. But how can they train a day and get stronger? As Vegeta is thinking this, Goku explains that there is one thing that they could do. You can get a full year of training in just one day. And what would that be? The Room of Spirit and Time. As Kami says that yes, it is ready, and only 2 people can go in one time. Of course, this will just be Goku and Vegeta. As so, Goku and Vegeta would then step in the Room of Spirit and Time, and Vegeta would note on how the air is thick here. It's infinite. You can see forever. Goku would explain that the room is also 10 times gravity, which won't really affect as much, I know. But what makes it different is it's an infinite void. Weather changes randomly. Some days, it's burning hot, to where you can barely breathe. Some days, it's freezing cold. This will be mentally very taxing, Vegeta. If you're up for it, let's do it. So, Vegeta and Goku would begin their training. It was grueling. Now, mind you, Vegeta's never really done any kind of training in his life. He's just a fighter. He's just got some Zenkais here and there. While Goku's whole life has been training. He's been taught by dozens of masters. Goku is a genius when it comes to getting stronger. And with Vegeta there, they would really bounce off one another. Now, of course, Goku is superior to Vegeta because of the Speed Force and the fact that he can even increase his ability to grow stronger faster. He can increase his ki circulation in his body if he really wanted to. Now, Vegeta notes on how, what is this power anyway? This speed thing that you call, what is it? Goku would explain more in detail of what it is, shocking Vegeta, and Goku says it just happened. As Vegeta would then pause, silent for a few moments, he says that, damn, how can a low class like you have such a God-given power, yet I don't? And Goku says, well, I don't know, I didn't want it just kind of happened. And Vegeta says, it doesn't matter, let's get back to training. We need to beat the Ginyu Force. So after the 24 hours would have passed, the Ginyu Force would then arrive. Now, mind you, the Z Fighters can't really match the Ginyu Force, they're far above them. And so, Goku and Vegeta would then step out, and they are much, much stronger. Way stronger than I think you guys will imagine, as they had a full year to train together. Now, how strong are they? Well, when the Ginyu Force does arrive, Vegeta would step up first, telling Kakarot to stay the hell out of his way. He needs this, as he already had to deal with him for a year. As Guldo would be the first one to step up. Now, Guldo does have an incredible ability to where he can actually freeze time while he holds his breath, albeit he can't hold it very well. So, Vegeta would quickly dispatch Guldo. Then Raccoon would be next up. Now, the Ginyu Force can't get a real scan on Vegeta's power level. It's because Vegeta has learned to conceal it. He's learned to hide his power level and show it when he can. He learned this from Earth when he first got defeated and left. That's how we got the jump on Zarbon and even Dodoria and Kui in the original. So Vegeta would fight Raccoon. Now the fight would be very different. Instead of it being one-sided where Raccoon kind of overwhelmed Vegeta, it would be the opposite. Raccoon would do no damage to Vegeta. Vegeta would blitz Raccoon and defeat him within a single strike how Goku did, and it would be a killing blow. Now of course this would then shock Ginyu and Jason Birder, as Ginyu is now interested in Vegeta's body. He says, if Vegeta is this strong, he can swap bodies with him. And he'll become so powerful, no one can stop him. Oh, of course, other than Frieza. Ginyu is definitely loyal to Frieza. Even if he was above Frieza in terms of strength, he would still never turn on the Emperor because he respects Frieza so much. Now, Ginyu would, of course, hatch his plan, but then he would send Jason Birder after Vegeta. Vegeta would easily handle Jason Birder. Attacking them both, even though they're a good duo, they just cannot match Vegeta's power. Vegeta would have killed them both, relishing in the moment. This is when Ginyu would actually he would injure himself as he sees that Vegeta's power level is far above him. He would then do the change now technique, actually swapping bodies with Vegeta. Now Goku was shocked to see this, as he wasn't really ready to see, and he had no clue what this technique was. And now that Vegeta was in Ginyu's, now Vegeta was basically gone, Vegeta was now in Ginyu's body, Ginyu was in Vegeta's body. Ginyu would then kind of throw Vegeta to the side because he's weaker. Now Ginyu would relish at the power. He feels as strong as Lord Frieza now. It's amazing. We're talking about the first form, by the way. As Goku would then step in, and Goku would absolutely blitz this version of Ginyu. Not only does he have the Speed Force, also because his power is similar, if not higher, than even Vegeta's. And on top of that, for some people who don't know, when Ginyu swaps bodies, it takes him a long time to adapt to it. So, while remember, he swapped bodies with Goku like in the original, Goku's power level was 90,000. When he swapped bodies with Ginyu, his power level was only 23,000 because he wasn't used to the power yet. And so because of this, Goku would absolutely body Vegeta and overwhelm him with ease. Now, Ginyu would try doing the change now technique, but Goku was ready. And also using the Speed Force, everything is enhanced. He can see things faster, feel things faster, his reaction time is faster, everything is on hyperdrive. Goku would use the Speed Force and actually swap himself with Vegeta. Vegeta would get his body back. And Ginyu was back down to normal. Now then, Vegeta, although he's a little wounded, in pure rage, he would then shoot a Big Bang attack, absolutely obliterating Captain Ginyu. And Captain Ginyu was then killed, killing the entire Ginyu Force. Now, since this is the case, when Frieza finds out what's happened, as he doesn't hear back from the Ginyu Force, Frieza was furious. All of his top men were killed, from Kui all the way to Ginyu. He cannot let this happen. If Vegeta and this other Saiyans have gotten too strong, he needs to go there personally. So Frieza would turn his ship, heading straight to Earth full speed. And he will be there within a few short days. He wasn't too far behind the Ginyu Force. He was going to catch up and see how they do. But now he's serious. And then Vegeta notes on how Frieza will arrive on Earth, Kakarot. It's inevitable. Now, we are very powerful, and I think we can defeat him with ease. But we must be ready. He then tells Kakarot, saying, let's go back inside of that room of spirit, whatever, again. Let's get stronger. And he says, well, how long do you think Frieza would even get here? And then Vegeta would then go to one of the space pods that the Ginyu Force had and check the communications and to hear that Frieza is only a few days away. He estimates maybe about 3 to 4 days. And Goku says, nah, let's not go back in. Shocking Vegeta, and he says, well, there is something called overtraining. And even if so, we ate up all of Popo's stock. We wouldn't be able to go back in there. We would be overtraining ourselves. We're already nearly at our limits right now. And training even harder won't even really get you much stronger. You'll just end up injuring yourself. He says that we'll be ready to fight Frieza. And so, Vegeta in turn would stay at Capsule Corp for the couple of days, and you'll start seeing a slight romance between him and Bulma. That would still happen. As 4 days would end up, the Z Fighters are ready. As Vegeta through the communications would hear where Frieza would be landing at through coordinates, they would then wait. Frieza would then land with hundreds of Frieza soldiers. The Z Fighters would all fight the Frieza soldiers with pretty much ease. As, remember, they're still really powerful. They can fight the Frieza soldiers pretty well. As the main threat would be Frieza himself. As Frieza would then square off against Vegeta and Goku. Now, of course, first up is Vegeta himself. The Prince of All Hairlines needs to get his get back. So he would battle First Form Frieza and completely overwhelm Frieza with ease, telling Frieza to transform. He knows that he has one. And so Frieza says very well. Frieza would then go to his second form. And although he's much larger in stature and does look more intimidating, it doesn't scare Vegeta that much. Vegeta says, wow, you've doubled your strength. Impressive. But not enough against me. As the two would then go at it again, Frieza doesn't believe him. Vegeta proves it by overwhelming Frieza. And now, Frieza would then go into his third form. This is where the fight between him and Vegeta get a bit more serious, but Vegeta does have the slight edge among third form Frieza. And Vegeta then states, if that is your final form, then you will lose. Frieza would then laugh and state, oh no, not my final form. I have one more transformation to show you. Frieza will begin to transform into the lizard that we all know, into his true form. This is when Vegeta starts getting overwhelmed, as Frieza is far above him. As then, someone would then call Frieza out and say, hey, it's my turn. As Frieza would then throw Vegeta to the side, he would then glare at this Saiyan. How he dresses, how he acts, his attitude, his personality is the opposite of a Saiyan. He doesn't even have a tail, nor does Vegeta. But still, who is he? He says he seems familiar. Where has he seen him before? Frieza then realizes, wait a minute. He looks just like the Saiyan that challenged me before I destroyed Planet Vegeta. I understand. It must be an offspring of some kind. Doesn't matter. He was a low class and a weakling, and so is he. As Frieza would then begin fighting Goku, Goku's not yet used the Speed Force. Now Goku's power is slightly above Vegeta, so he handles himself a lot better. Mind you, they do have an emergency Sensu Bean in case things get really, really bad. As I remember, Goku never went to Namek, so he didn't use up a bag full of Sensu Beans to train. They still have one, at least. Maybe Yajirobe snuck some as well. But Goku at least has one Sensu Bean for a complete emergency. And he knows on how strong Frieza is. Goku will do everything in his power to defeat Frieza. As then, Frieza will start to overwhelm Goku. Frieza would then be shocked as Goku would then use the Speed Force, blitzing around Frieza in speeds that he never seen. Not even Frieza could actually track Goku. Goku would use this to then deliver powerful punches on Frieza, or Frieza can't even see them coming. Because remember, Frieza cannot sense energy, and Goku realizes this. He tracks with his eyes, and Goku says, I get it. If I'm faster than Frieza, he cannot track me with his eyes. Goku would then begin to get into the running position as he would then charge. As the Speed Force electricity would then surround Goku, he would then use more Speed Force he's ever used before and blitz around Frieza. Almost like a red tornado, as Frieza just can't track him. Goku was punching him hundreds of thousands of times. Frieza was getting furious because the punches were stinging a little bit. He would then fire a massive attack into the ground. Frieza realizes that he must stay on ground or something. Frieza stops it. As then, Frieza catches Goku off guard. He uses his tail and he's able to grab Goku. Frieza says, I got you now. As Frieza would then deliver powerful punches to Goku, not letting him go by using his tail. Goku, funny-wise, would then bite Frieza's tail, being able to free himself. As Vegeta would then come to, Goku says that they're running out of options. He does have one idea, the Spirit Bomb. He says, if I have time to charge up the Spirit Bomb, I can charge it even faster with the Speed Force and throw it at Frieza. And so, Vegeta would then be given energy. Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin would actually give their energy to Vegeta, which is not a huge help, but it does replenish his energy. So Vegeta would then continue battling Frieza, who Frieza's beginning to torture Vegeta, wondering why is the Saiyan raising his hand. Now, Frieza would just notice a Spirit Bomb before Goku finishes. As you know, Goku finishes it twice as fast because he uses the Speed Force to speed up his ki channeling. As, remember, using the Speed Force on top of the fighting that he's doing, Goku's getting tired. He would have enough energy to form the Spirit Bomb as Vegeta tells him to hurry up. Goku then chucks the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb makes a huge crater, which is so massive, they were nearby the ocean, that it almost makes a whole new ocean, destroying miles of land. As the water would then begin filling in, making small islands, they were able to pull themselves out of the water, and they seemingly killed Frieza. As Krillin helped them all up, Piccolo was then fired with the Death Beam, same with Vegeta, who would then collapse. As Goku would then stare in shock, as Krillin was also killed as well. This would then send Goku over the edge. Something is happening to Goku. His rage is bubbling worse than ever before as his hair is rising upwards. His surge of speed force is almost overwhelming Goku. He's never used this much speed force energy before. It's almost tying into his transformation multiplier, being 50 times more. He's overcharged on speed force energy, as his hair then turns into a golden color, but then turns slightly orange, as his eyes would then open, turning into a yellowish red. As with the Super Saiyan aura channeling around him, but it has red and orange electricity of the Speed Force surrounding him. Goku is now in his Super Saiyan Speed Force mode. With this, Goku is not only channeling 50 times more Speed Force than he normally could in his body, he also has the speed increasement multiplier and strengthen more of the normal Super Saiyan, which is literally kind of busted. Goku would then look to Gohan as he almost feels like he's going to explode with how much power he has. He would then drop a sensu bean on the ground, telling Gohan to give it, split it apart, and give it to Piccolo and Vegeta. Now, Vegeta and Piccolo, they do have some pretty deadly wounds, but splitting a sensu bean will heal him. And he says, "Hurry, I don't have much more control over myself." Goku's brain was in hyper mode. On top of the rage, increasing it by 50 times, he was thinking nothing of just killing Frieza. Goku would then blitz in front of Frieza before Frieza could even see it. As there was an after image of Goku still standing there for a few seconds, he would then grab Frieza's hand, telling him that you don't even deserve to live for what he's done. You have no sympathy. He would then blitz 4 powerful punches to Frieza so fast that Frieza didn't even feel it yet. Before the impacts were so strong, it would launch Frieza backwards. Because you guys have to remember, speed also increases how much something hits. If Goku runs full speed and he punches something, the faster he can punch something, the more powerful the force is going to be when it hits. Imagine that on top of 50 times more speed using the speed force. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. As Goku would then look at his hands, they were almost vibrating in speed. Goku doesn't even know what he can do. That's the scary part. Goku would then tell Frieza that it's over, it's done. He's not going to take any chances with Frieza, considering the fact that Frieza is so dangerous. And on top of this, you have to think, they're on Earth. They're not on Namek. So Goku's taking more special care of his planet. He doesn't want it blowing up. Frieza, of course, would then tell him that he hasn't even gone full power yet. Goku would allow Frieza to go full power, going 100%, much to King Kai telling him don't do it. And Goku says, "No, I have to. I will not lose." And so Gohan would then get far away, as Piccolo and Vegeta are pretty much recovered from their fatal wound, but they're not to full health. As Vegeta watches in shock, and as he grits his teeth, but he then laughs and states, "For my own eyes, I can see Frieza being afraid that he's a Super Saiyan." In that short moment, he's not angry. He's just happy to see Frieza be tortured. As now that Frieza's at 100%, he tries to fly in and attack Goku. Frieza's punches go through Goku. Goku is moving back and forth so fast. It's the same scene when he fought the Ginyu Force Jason Birder. They were just flying through him. Same with the Ki Blast because of how fast he moved. It looked like he wasn't moving at all. It was just going through him. Like he was a ghost. And Goku says, "Is that all? You increased your power only to be this slow?" And he says, "All that waiting and that's how you repay me? I'm disappointed." And Goku says, "This is speed." Goku would then deliver a punch to Frieza's stomach. It was so fast that no one could see it, and it took a few seconds for Frieza to even render that he was hurt, as Frieza would then feel the impact, but it was too late as he already had a massive hole in his stomach from where Goku delivered a fast blow. And Goku says, "You are not defeating me, Frieza. I'm gonna give you one chance to leave, never return." As of course, Frieza would never accept this, so Frieza out of desperation would try to blow up the planet, but Goku would stop him, stating, "I even gave you a chance to walk away and you blew it." Goku would then throw Frieza into the air, as Goku would then charge up a Kamehameha wave, throwing it right at Frieza, which would completely incinerate the Emperor, leaving no trace of him behind. As Goku would then calm himself, he would then revert back to normal. His Speed Force was kept under control as he would then fall exhausted, and Frieza was defeated. Now, since that fight was done, a few years would then pass. Trunks would still arrive like the original, where he is searching for Goku to tell him about the imminent threat of the future. Now, this is the original version of Trunks, no shocking change, which is always hilarious when there's always something crazy happening and Trunks is shocked to see the change of time. Now, Trunks would still find Goku at Chi-Chi's home where they're at, and he's surprised to see that Goku was here a little earlier. Did he arrive a bit too late? Either way, he still tells Goku if he can turn into a Super Saiyan, and he wants to see it. Goku would do so, having basic control over it, but his Super Saiyan form is different, and the power that he was emitting was beyond anything Trunks has felt. The energy was above anything. And he says, I've never seen this before. What are you? And he says, oh, it's something with the Speed Force. Trunks has no clue what that is, so Goku briefly explains it to him, and Trunks never knew that Goku had that. No one ever told him that before. And he says, well, anyway, he explains about time travel. He explains who he is. He explains the androids. Now, Goku knows a little bit about time travel because King Kai told him. And we all know if Goku runs fast enough, he can actually go through time. I know that some people probably want to ask, can Goku go through time right now? No, not yet. He cannot run through time, but he can run to maybe through some space. But he can't run through time yet. Maybe he can run to a different realm if he wanted to, blitz through there. But no, he's not able to run through time. He is close, but not yet. That's going to be a whole different realm of power that we'll touch upon later on in maybe part 3 in the finale. But now, Goku would then get the heart virus medicine from Trunks, and things would go the same. Now, they would then have 3 years of training. The same events would happen to where Goku would fight Android 19. One thing to note, wouldn't the androids have some access to the Speed Force? No, they do not. Will the androids be stronger because Goku's more powerful? They might be a little bit stronger, but not by huge margins. You have to understand, Dr. Draw's technology can only go so far at a time. And it also stopped at the Saiyan saga. So yes, Goku was a little bit stronger. That is 100% true. But not as much as you think. I mean, they even saw a Grade 8 Vegeta with a power level of 160,000. And the androids were at the strength they were. So they wouldn't really change that much. Maybe a little bit. Not much to notice. Now, Cell would have still been in the timeline. As you know, Cell's doing his thing, slithering around, absorbing people, as Goku would succumb to the heart virus. Well, we know that the Flash has accelerated healing, but he would still get hit with the heart virus. Now, we'll touch upon his healing in 1 second, as when Goku would then be transported over to Master Roshi's island, and he was given the medicine, he was recovering at a very fast rate, because the medicine was healing him quickly. But Chi-Chi had to almost constantly give him the medicine because his body was burning at a really high rate. Goku was actually using the Speed Force to enhance his healing so he could heal faster. But in turn, Chi-Chi had to, of course, give him the medicine every couple of minutes instead of every few hours to even every day because of how intense Goku was. Now, carrying on, the androids will still be brought out. 16, 17, and 18. They would have still defeated Vegeta, who has Super Saiyan now, and they would have went on their own thing. Piccolo would have still fused with Kami. Now, mind you, they will still have Dende, but we'll touch upon that in a moment. As Dende was not selected yet, but carry on. As Popo states on how they can always bring in a Namekian to Earth to make more Dragon Balls if they ever need to. So Piccolo agrees to fuse with Kami, and he would go fight 17. Their fight would pretty much be the exact same. Maybe you could say Piccolo is a little bit stronger, fighting a more powerful Goku. That is a very plausible reason, but I would still say that Piccolo would of course be at a standstill with 17, putting up a very good fight. Cell would still wait for them and arrive, attacking Piccolo, who was weakened. And he would then trick 17 and absorb him. Now, during this time, 16 and 18 were then hiding on the islands. Vegeta and Trunks would then step into the Room of Spirit and Time and start training. And you have one of the coldest moments where when Cell did find them, Tien actually used his Tri-Beam for hours, holding Cell down, which is actually an insane feat if you really think about it. But we're not going to talk about that because that wouldn't happen, as it wouldn't get to that point. Krillin would still find 18, but he would destroy the remote, as they don't think that they're evil. Now, you could say that, oh, well, then Cell just found 18 and 16, and this is right before Tien would start blasting for literally 3 to 4 hours. Goku would then recover, as he recovered much faster than he did in the original. And so because of this, Vegeta and Trunks still have about 4 months left to train inside the Room of Spirit and Time, aka about 4 to 3 hours. Goku would have awakened, and he's back to full health. Goku would then immediately travel to where Cell is. Now, Goku does have a Sensu Bean. How is this? Because he never used them all from Namek, so he still has a Sensu Bean left from Korin. And so, Goku would then take some, and he would then go battle Cell. As before Cell could grab 18 after he smacked around 16, Goku would blitz Cell out of nowhere, launching Cell off his feet, as Cell would then land a bit far away. Goku would be in shock, as everyone, where did Goku come from? Cell does remember seeing that. He says, wait a minute, what? As 16 would state, Goku, I found you. But he doesn't care for that right now because they're too injured. Goku would then tell 16 and 18 to get away from here, fly far away as you can, as he would then fight Cell. Now, Cell was intrigued to fight Goku, and he notes on how, I don't know what you just did. Remember, this Cell was from the original version of Cell, so he doesn't know anything about the Speed Force at all. And he says, I don't know what that just was, but your speed is incredible, but your strength is lacking. You can't match me. Your power level's too low. Now, Goku has not transformed yet. If you guys remember, his Super Saiyan is enhanced by the Speed Force, so he's way stronger than a normal Super Saiyan. Goku would then battle second form Cell. Now, when he does transform, Cell's in shock. He's never seen this before. Goku is way faster than Cell. Cell can't touch him. Goku's attacks don't do too much to second form Cell, but he starts to get damaged over time. As Goku is still pushing himself in this form, he would then use his phasing through attacks. Goku was able to run so fast that he can run through molecules, and which would then explode parts of Cell's body, but Cell would just regenerate. And Cell's getting annoyed. Cell would finally catch Goku, as Cell would then destroy the ground, causing Goku to slip. Cell would grab him with his tail and begin assaulting Goku, punching him bad. Now, Cell is still a lot stronger than Goku in this time, and Goku is getting overwhelmed. Even though he is stronger than normal Super Saiyan, mind you, Cell is a monster. Goku hasn't trained yet in the Room of Spirit and Time. Now, he is a little bit more stronger than the original. He's slightly around the power of 16, maybe a little bit higher, with and godly speed. Cell just has the strength. Once Cell captures him, he's able to then deliver the beatdown on Goku. Now, Cell would then deliver a powerful punch to Goku, knocking him through multiple rock pillars. Goku was badly wounded. Goku would then smirk to himself and say, thank goodness I got a Sensu Bean. As he would pop a Sensu Bean, Goku would then be back to full strength as he then jumps up. He feels stronger. Why? Because Goku got a Senkai, as he was pretty badly wounded when Cell attacked him, breaking a few ribs, maybe even puncturing his lungs. Luckily, eating a Sensu Bean saved the day. Now he has to focus, as Goku's never used the Speed Force to its full potential before. Now he's going to try, as Cell is one of rare opportunities where he can actually go all out. With the Zenkai on top of the Speed Force, Cell would have no chance. As Cell is then running out of options, Cell would then try to think about blowing himself up. But before he could even start to inflate, Goku would deliver a powerful punch. Goku would run all the way around the planet 100 times over. And this is all within less than a second, as Cell couldn't even process what Goku just did. Goku slowed down time so much as he's running so fast that time almost stopped. Goku charged his Speed Force to full power. He flies in, delivering a powerful gut punch to Cell, which would make Cell spit out Android 17, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan style. Cell would then spit everywhere. 17 was then spat out. Cell would then try and absorb 17 again, but Goku would then grab his tail. He would then spin so fast, causing a tornado, that Cell was then launched. Goku would then charge up a full power Kamehameha wave, firing it right at Cell, who couldn't dodge in time, and he was completely incinerated. Every last cell of him was destroyed, as there was nothing left. 17 was saved. As the androids would then arrive, 16 would not attack Goku and state, "No, my programming is not there no more. It's over." Goku saved them. And so, Goku was a bit tired. Vegeta and Trunks would then show up shortly afterwards. Now, Vegeta was angry that Cell would of course been defeated. He then seized the androids. He was ready to destroy them, but Goku says no, they're good, they have not caused any problems. So Vegeta would then outright challenge Kakarot to a match, as he was ready to battle him. Now, Vegeta in his ascended Super Saiyan form is even stronger than second form Cell, but Goku using the Speed Force, it would be a pretty crazy fight. As who will come out on top? It would actually be Goku. Although Goku fought Cell, and yes, he's a little bit tired, Goku would never turn down a chance to fight Vegeta. Goku's raw speed would just be too much for Vegeta, and Vegeta's too cocky and arrogant. Now, Vegeta's final flash was a problem, as Goku could barely dodge that attack. But Goku was able to beat Vegeta. He was able to blitz Vegeta just enough, but it was an insanely close fight, and Goku was about to lose as well. Either side could have won, but Goku came out on top barely, and he was the victor this time around. If Goku was at full health, he would have handled himself a lot more better against Vegeta, but he was already a little bit tired after fighting Cell. Now, of course, this ends the Cell arc early, meaning that there's no Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or anything like that, but he would still train Gohan, as he knows that Gohan has incredible potential either way. So, we are then going to jump forward 7 years. 7 years have passed, Gohan will still go to the Orange Star High School. I feel like by this point, Gohan does have Super Saiyan at least, and since Goku is around, he does train a bit more normally. So Gohan's not as much of a slouch, he is actually stronger than his original self at least, but he doesn't have Super Saiyan 2. But, what about Goku? Well, Goku never really went to the other world. You could say that maybe he did travel there and train for a couple years, but he was just still alive. That is very plausible. He could. The only realistic way that he could ever go there, remember, he doesn't have instant transmission, the only way he could go there is if Dende could bring him there, because Dende was crowned the new god of Earth and he can travel to the other world. We saw that Kami could do it, Dende was also given the power, he could do it as well. Or Goku used a Dragon Ball so he teleported there, or realistically King Kai can also teleport there, but he never did, and it's also partly because he was halfway dead. One thing that I think could be really fun is Goku actually ran there. Now, Major Dragon, how is that possible? Goku, for the first time, was able to run through and go up the dimension. I think that would be insane, as Goku would always wanted to try it. Goku was part of his training. So Goku would go into a Super Saiyan mode, bumping his Speed Force up to the max. He's much stronger by this point because this is years later. He would run so fast that he would run off into space, running so quickly that he was actually able to rip a portal open and actually run through and land in King Kai's world, landing comically into the ground as the portal then closed. Now, this is possible. We have seen characters rip through dimensions before. Super Buu and even Gotenks have been able to scream so loud that they actually ripped through the infinite dimension of the Spirit of Time into their other world. It is possible. So, why can't Goku do that? Makes sense with the Speed Force, that's what its magic power is. Magic. He can go through dimensions, and later on, he can run so fast, he can run through different universes and time itself, controlling it on his own. But we're not going to get there just yet. So, Goku would actually be able to make it to King Kai's world. Now, King Kai would note to Goku, you're not allowed to do stuff like that, it's way too dangerous. Because jumping through a dimension, you could cause a lot of problems, but jumping through time is illegal. Goku says, I never tried that before. And he says, that doesn't mean try it. You don't even know what'll happen to you. Goku says, I'm not going to try it. Well, I don't want to go through time for. I'm focused on the future. I'm not going to travel to it. And he says, I just wanted to drop by and say hey. And King Kai says, you could have just called. King Yemma might have pulled a string and maybe teleported you here. You can't do that. He does have control over your soul. Goku says, I want to see if I could do it. Making King Kai fall over. He says, oh my goodness, you're going to be the death of us. Oh, but he says, okay, fine. So Goku would do his training for at least a few years in the other world, meaning that he will learn about the fusion dance, meet Pikkon, who he would actually beat much faster in the little tournament that they had, and pretty much the same events would happen as they would still meet the Supreme Kai, and this is after 7 years. Goku would arrive at the tournament. Now, Vegeta wouldn't have as much disdain towards Goku and have much of evil in his heart, because he's already fought Goku multiple times throughout the 7 years. He respects that Kakarot is #1 for now and above him. He actually respects that. And it's only pushing him to train harder. So Vegeta doesn't have any evil intent to fight him. Also, he can fight Goku whenever he wants, as Goku's not dead. They thought Goku was never going to come back again after this, as Goku only had 24 hours. But Vegeta was excited to see he could fight Kakarot again, of course, anytime, but it was halted by, of course, the Buu stuff, which Vegeta doesn't care. He'll fight him another time. Now, Supreme Kai would, of course, let Gohan have his energy taken. Gohan would turn Super Saiyan, and for fun if you want, seeing Videl being defeated and nearly killed by Spopovich and Yamu would make Gohan actually go Super Saiyan 2 against Kibito. And this would be insane to see, and Goku was shocked to see how strong Gohan actually is. Gohan's power at this point is relative to Goku and Vegeta when they originally fought Majin Buu. Maybe a little bit weaker. I would say he's probably a little bit stronger than he was when he fought Cell, but a little bit below Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Now, Gohan would have his energy stolen purposely, and they would follow it back to Babi's ship. Now, this energy was enough to nearly fill Buu up to more than half power, but they needed more. Now, Vegeta would easily beat Pui Pui, Goku would beat Yakon, nothing much that could be done. As unfortunately for Babidi, we would quickly find out that Majin Buu wouldn't even be born. The reason why is because Dabura would be sent out to go fight, but he would have been killed by either Goku, Vegeta, or even Gohan, who's much stronger than Dabura now. Even in Super Saiyan, he could fight him and overwhelm him. Super Saiyan 2, he would beat him pretty easy. Dabura would have been killed. Babidi would not have enough time to get enough energy. He tries taking over Vegeta's mind, but Vegeta would then reject the power, as he doesn't want to be taken over. So Babidi has no choice. He would have been killed, and Buu's egg would have been taken. So Majin Buu would never be born. This means that there's no Oob as well, and there's no insane arc jumping back and forth. Now, the Supreme Kai is still interested in Gohan. He still offers Gohan to actually be trained. Gohan would accept it, so Gohan has more time to train using the Z Sword. And I still think that him and Goku would have a funny scenes where they do break it, as Goku would just travel with them because there's nothing else to do. And Elder Kai would then appear. Now, Elder Kai, when he does see Goku in them, he's in shock as he could sense it. He says, "You have access to the Speed Force?" Goku says, "What?" He says, "The Speed Force. Energy." He says, "Oh yeah, that power I've had." He says, "I don't know how you got it." And Goku says, "Oh, well, I don't know, it's kind of do." And he says, "Oh my, this could be really bad." He said, "If Lord Beerus finds out, or even up higher levels, this could be dangerous. No one should be allowed to have that power. It was banned. As with the power, you're able to even do things such as time travel. That's way too dangerous." And he says, "Well, not my problem." As then he would then look to Gohan, as he would then allow to have Gohan's potential unlocked and unlocking Mystic Gohan, and Gohan would then battle his father. Gohan would actually hold his own. Gohan's strength is much stronger than Goku's, but Goku has speed, and it'll be a pretty good battle. And it would pretty much just be a draw. They wouldn't really, it's not a crazy kill to the death fight. It's just a cool little father and son fight, and Goku is amazed how strong Goku is. He's powerful, he's fast, it's incredible. And so, him and Gohan would then go back home, Gohan would still get with Videl, and things were very peaceful. Now, far off, a certain purple cat has awoken, and he has had reminiscences of a Saiyan god. He then lazily travels down the stairs, takes his steam bath, has some sardines, as he would speak to Whis saying, "Oh yeah, did Frieza destroy those Saiyans?" And he says, "Yes, my lord, but, oh my." As Whis was looking, he then sees, as he thought he felt something before, but he kind of blew it off. Using his staff, he investigated it recently. He says that it appears that there are a few Saiyans remaining, and one of them is actually a user of the Speed Force, making Beerus spit out his food, stating, "What? That is impossible. It was banned billions of years ago. How can a mortal have access to the Speed Force? There's no way. Zeno banned it." And he says, "Well, it appears here as an infant, the power was almost given to him, though we don't know how or why." And he says, "Ugh, has he traveled through time? Has he done anything?" Because Beerus is actually a little concerned. This person can do whatever he wants with time, even erase Beerus if he wants to. And Whis says, "From my observations, no. He has ran through a dimension to meet the King Kai of the North, but other than that, no. He seems to have a really good control over the power. He doesn't seem to be for evil intent." And now Beerus is interested. He says, "I need to go meet this Saiyan now." And Beerus says, "Right away, my lord." And they would then head towards Earth, where Bulma was celebrating her 38th birthday party, where events will take a shocking turn in the next part. And that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all so much for the support, and I really do appreciate it. To 50,000 subscribers, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.